Okay, one of my earliest memories is sitting on my father's lap with Nanny beside her, listening to classical music. And I think it was on Sundays. We were in a second floor apartment in Hamden. We used to spend time in the living room practicing for our hand balancing act. And Bucky used to take these fabulous pictures because he had a dark room. And it was really a family act. And I just want to say we love you dearly and happy 80th anniversary.
Okay, the one thing I remember when I was young was my mother chasing a puffed adder out in the driveway trying to chase him away from getting a frog. And I remember that, and I remember them teaching me to respect animals and understand that they have feelings too. They brought me up to respect life, and I thank them for that. Happy anniversary.
I just want to thank them for everything. They've been wonderful parents to me for the last 52 years. I don't know what we would have done without them. They've helped us bring up our children, and we've really enjoyed living near them and appreciated everything that they have done for us. Their kids have grown up together and have made a wonderful life for everybody. And thank you very much for everything.
Hi, I'm Aunt Marge and Uncle Alton's niece, Sue, and I've known them for so many years. Happy 80th anniversary. And I don't have just one memory. I have many, many, many memories. Many, many, many good times and a lot of fun times at Aunt Marge's and Uncle Alton's house. So I wish them the best, and it's remarkable. They're a wonderful couple, and they're doing so well at their 80th anniversary party. Bye.
My memories of Nanny going to deliver the newspapers and going to Quebecca's and getting ice cream. That was the biggest one with her. And Saturday nights, we would go get Kentucky Fried Chicken. We'd come back here and have popcorn, Friendly's ice cream, and watch Love Boat. And what was that other one with the plane?
Oh, Gilligan's Island?
Nope. I don't know, the other one that used to be on after that. And we used to sleep over. That was a lot to look forward to. Really missed that. But I want to say happy 80 years. We're thrilled that we're still here with all you and got to be here with you to celebrate it. We love you guys. We're happy we're all here.
I remember when I first met Nanny and Bucky, I was so happy because Nanny owned a horse and I've always loved horses. And I was so thrilled that they were both animal lovers and they were just the most interesting people. And it was my first I had ever heard about anyone drinking raw milk, growing organic vegetables. The list goes on and on. These two have accomplished so much, and they are just amazing, and I admire the both of them and wish them a happy 80th anniversary.
You know, with Nanny and Bucky, they used to deliver the newspapers in their Volkswagens, and I can remember helping them. I remember stopping with Nanny. We would stop at, I can't remember the name of the farm stand, but it was a big treat to stop and get one of the pretzels at the farm stand and stop and feed the little kittens. There was always a woman that had a million kittens, and Nanny would take time out from her paper route to go and feed the kittens and take care of the kittens. Mrs. Strickland, that's what was her name, and check on Mrs. Strickland. And Bucky, you know, they talk about how he delivered the mail too, but you talk about how they deliver and everything. Well, sure enough, he did. I can remember many a snowstorms going out with him in his Volkswagen and having to like get out, shovel in front of all the boxes so he could deliver those newspapers. You don't get that anymore. He would deliver those newspapers in a hurricane. It was amazing. We used to actually put together the newspapers too on Saturdays, and we would get paid a nickel a bundle, and we would put the inserts into the outside so that he could deliver them. I mean, there's lots and lots more, but I'm sure other people are going to share some of those. So Nanny and Bucky, we love you. You're amazing. I love you. You're amazing. 80 years. That's just tremendous. And no one deserves the happiness more than the two of you. Love you.
Okay, my memory goes back quite a ways. When we first lived in the apartment next door to Nanny and Bucky, there was a night, it had to be 25 years ago, when Stevie woke me up out of a sound sleep. It was probably 3 o'clock in the morning, and she said, "There's somebody outside." And I didn't believe her at first, of course. I went back to sleep, and then I did hear it. So I got out of bed and went outside. I think I grabbed a big steak knife or something in case it was really a person. And I could hear them rustling around up in the woods. And Nanny and Bucky had a couple of horses back then. They were more like pets than you would use a horse. They didn't no one rode them. They were just in the corral. But out of the woods came a giant horse right at me. I ran I ran as fast as I could to their house, which wasn't that far away. I was up on top of the stone wall, and the horse was right behind me, and scared the living shit out of me. And so I banged on the door, and Nanny and Bucky got up, and Bucky came outside. Now he was a young man of probably his early 80s at that time, and he came outside, and the horse was going crazy. And here's this little old guy, and he was able to calm the horse down. I don't know which one it was, whether it was Esta or Slate, but I was scared to death of the thing. I was behind a tree or something, but that one sticks in my mind. Happy anniversary.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm the grandchild of Linda and Stanley. No, Nanny and Bucky. Nanny, whatever. My fondest memory of Nanny and Bucky was really funny when they delivered papers, newspapers, and mail. And we'd go out to help Bucky deliver, and he would go stop in the middle, especially in a snowstorm, and the three kids would swing on the door and run out and deliver the paper or mail to the mailbox and then run in, but he would start driving before we were able to get in, so we'd be hanging out outside the car. It was very adventurous and a lot of fun, but this day and age would probably be illegal. And then Nanny, fondest memories of Nanny was in a similar aspect. We used to deliver papers with her, but then she would always take us for ice cream and really good treats, and we'd help her deliver, and we'd get paid to help her. So, and I wish them the best, and very grateful that they've lived this long, and yeah, lots of love for them.
Hi, I'm Kim, the oldest granddaughter. I'm sure Stevie told you that we lived only down the driveway from my grandparents, so we grew up with them like a second house that we could go to, especially when we were mad at our parents. Nanny was always a sympathetic ear. One of my favorite memories of Nanny in particular was her desire to learn how to dive. And they had the pool, and she would try summer after summer to try to get this dive right. And all of us grandkids and adults would be directing her to point her toes and get her legs up. And she might have done one great dive, but that was it. But I do remember all the fun we had trying to teach her, and she never gave up. And as far as Bucky, some of my earliest memories was that he was a bodybuilder, and he did a lot of acrobatics, I later learned, and they competed and did shows. And when we were young, one of the first things he would teach us was how to do a handstand on his hands, or how to walk up his thighs so that we were standing on his shoulders. So he was instrumental in getting us interested in gymnastics and health, and he was ahead of his time in his beliefs on nutrition and activities, and I think it really contributed to how we live our lives today. I'm sure you'll hear a lot more memories, so I'll wrap it up right now.
I was asked to do this. I don't know why, but it's all right. We'll give it a shot. So my favorite memories of Nanny and Bucky are coming down and having historic and political discussions with Bucky. So I always enjoy it. He's always a wealth of information. and I hope it continues for a while.
I just remember just like coming home and seeing Nanny on her lawnmower or Bucky in the garden. It was just nice to be able to have family that was still around.
I remember going for a ride with Nanny and Bucky, and we went to pick hickory nuts, and we went with Maya. We remember working in the garden with Bucky, and we want to say happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, guys. I don't know. I used to love coming over and seeing all the bodybuilding pictures, like in the basement, and just seeing all of it. And having Bucky explain, how things used to be, and seeing you guys have pictures of shit that I can't pick up for the life of me.
The only really funny memory I have is when we were walking down here to come visit, and Bucky would be in the pool taking a bath. But happy anniversary, you guys deserve it.
We love you guys.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Are you recording?
Yes.
Oh, man. Are you going to prompt me? Can you prompt me? Because that would help.
I'm literally just asking you, hey, what's your fondest memory?
Fondest memory?
What's your best memory of Nanny
There
and
are-
Bucky?
I feel...
What's your best memories?
Well, it feels weird to say, best memory. It feels like Nanny and Bucky are like the backbone of the family.
Just reflect. Just
Well, it's like they are always there.
say what you appreciate about them.
It's like nothing. I can't say like a specific thing. That's what I appreciate.
Yeah.
It's like the way that they have lived their life is inspiring. Like the way that they have like carved out a place in the universe for themselves is something that I want to emulate. Like the way that this plot of land houses all of their immediate family and offspring is like magical. This place, and I know that not everybody appreciates it, but it's like what I want to emulate with my life. You guys always got to come back here, and every immediate house was filled with people that you were related to. And the fact that they built it all themselves, dug out the pool. I don't know. That's amazing. But if I had to think of a memory, the first thing I thought of was not exactly a delicious, fabulous memory. It was like of them, or of like Nanny, of us hanging out in the pool, and of us hanging out in the pool and Nanny sitting on like a lawn chair walking us, and then Bucky strutting down naked except for like a towel and a bar of soap, and while we were playing him like sinking himself in the pool to take a bath. So, like that feels to characterize it to me, like Nanny's watchfulness and Bucky's nakedness. The way that Bucky would just like is who he is no matter what, and that's
Blueberry milkshakes and knicker bread with peanut butter. Yeah.
So one of my favorite memories of Nanny and Bucky was growing up and them babysitting us all the time. And Nanny would always make the best snacks. They had the popcorn popper that would, not a microwave bag, it would pop it up and you'd melt the butter. And Nanny used to make toast with butter and cinnamon sugar on it, which was one of my favorite snacks. I know it was one of Zach's too. And they used to let us watch way more TV than Mommy and Daddy would, and sometimes we would get away with watching shows we were forbidden to watch at home, like Power Rangers. But we also used to watch, Nanny and Bucky's favorites, like The Price is Right or some Red Sox games. Those are some of my favorite memories of Nanny and Bucky.
I remember when me and Bucky used to go up and get the mail on the golf cart, and it used to be really fun because we used to go fast up and down. And then a memory I have of Nanny is me and Nanny used to do puzzles all the time. She would either do them with Bucky or I would come in and do puzzles with her. And we would we would be missing pieces and then we would laugh. It would be really fun. And sometimes I would do it with Bucky and Nanny, and really hard ones, and it was hard, but we finished them. Yeah, and 80 years they've been in marriage. That's really cool. We love you.
So, my favorite memory of Nanny and Bucky, that's kind of hard. Because I've spent a good majority of my life with them. Like, they were like they were like another house for me. Like, every time didn't feel like being home, or every time my parents were busy or needed to be somewhere else, they were always there for me. And they took care of me in ways I could never possibly thank them for. They've taught me, they've helped me, they've done so many things for me. And even when I was a brat, even when I caused them trouble, even when I caused everyone else trouble, they were always there for me, and they were always very understanding and accepting of me. And I just have to say, thank you, Nanny and Bucky, for all that you've done for me, all that you've done for everybody. Your kids, your grandkids, everyone. You've just been amazing to all of us. Thank you.